Hi everyone, it's Leanne again. Now, I've done the front and the back cover, as you can see. Now we're going to start on the inside of our little folder, our little journal. Now, I'm going to open my matte medium again. And I'm going to stick one of my favourite actresses, Marilyn Monroe, right there in the corner. Well, actually, you know what? I'll put it right in the middle so you can see her. She was one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. Lovely shapely body and adorable smile. Her hair was beautiful, platinum blonde. And there she is, Marilyn Monroe. Right, now, let's put some more stamps down. Let's put this one down. It's Richard Nixon. We all know Richard Nixon. He was another American, so I'll put him... Hang on a minute, it's not going to fit. We'll put him down here near Marilyn Monroe. There we go. I'll just see where we close, right there. So we can put him right there. And he can stay right there. Show him up a bit. Get your fingers out of the way, Leanne. Right, now, this is a nice one. This one's a Cuba, as we call it in English. Not Cuba, Cuba. Actually, that's not going to fit. We'll have to go over this side. I'll put it right in the corner here. Right, like that. Make sure it's all down on the edges. Right, now, let me see, that's a nice one. I'll put that there, above Richard Nixon's head. And there, my beautiful Marilyn Monroe. Still closes. Right. Now, what's this one? This one is Czech Republic. Now we'll put that down there. Like that. That's got something poking out of it. Get rid of that. Okay. Let me see what else we've got. Can't have them too big because this is such a tiny little book. Right, we'll put that there. That's a another Cuban stamp. I don't know where Mum got them from. I haven't got Cuban stamps. Anyway, here's a nice one. This one is Amendment. I don't know what that is. It's a stamp, so I'll put that down. Right, top of the bird from Cuba. Right, I don't think there's anything wrong with putting them sideways either. This one's from Australia. I love Australia. So I'll put that one there. It says Love Australia. I'm not saying it, but I do love Australia. It's my home. My relatives came out on the first fleet. Not my married name, but from my maiden name, of course. Now they're from the Czech Republic as well. Might put them down the side. There we go. Move them over a bit. Like that. Right, first fleet. And We haven't migrated. We've stayed here in Australia, obviously. Right, we'll put this one down too, I think. It's okay to go over other ones, as long as the ones that you're highlighting that you like, you can put actually over the top. Now Marilyn, I don't want to disturb. Oh, better keep that one. Let me see. That one says Tom Dietrich. Now it looks like he's from the war or something. Could be wrong. What's this one? This one's a jazz. Louis Armstrong, of course. What a wonderful world. That's another stamp there. Now this here is the Republic of Dubin. It's another probably African nation, I think. I'll put that right on the edge there, but I'm not going to cover up Maryland, because Maryland is beautiful. Right. Oops. There's that one there too. Yeah, I'll put that down there. It's some sort of bird. Right. I think that's good. Now, last time I tried to dry this and it seemed to work, so I might try that again. Okay, while I'm still filming. Now, don't blow off this time, Stampies. Over there. Now I'm feeling it. It still feels a bit wet. I suppose if you leave it overnight, it'll be completely dry. Right. It's reasonably dry, but I reckon if we leave it overnight, it will dry to a hard, no doubt, hard cover. Right, that stuff's on that. Right, so that seemed to work out okay. We could make a whole page of the rest with the rest of these. Not a little book like this, but a whole page in a journal, junk journal. That'd be nice. So I think I'll keep them for a junk journal. I found a little horsey that was amongst it in this envelope. These stamps. Mum must have been to some festival or some fete or something, and she's got that off, I don't know, a little something. What also Mum did have was all these, let me see, all these raffle tickets, and I thought that I'd make a complete one of them as well. I also found this was quite interesting. This is a compliance plate for a vehicle that my husband and I bought in 1980 off my brother. I don't think there's anything wrong with showing you. It's 1972 compliance plate. There it is there. And it was a Holden HQ sedan, 1972. And that is, the vehicle was a manufactured sorry, I'll get a bit closer. Manufactured General MO or Holden Proprietary Limited to comply with Australian design rules. I'm sorry I can't read it, it's all corroded, but it's got other things on it, but it's a HQ. Now, it was a beautiful car. It was actually green with a two-tone, a creamy whitey top, cream I would say, and it was beautiful green, and we bought it from my brother. Now, I can't really say, oops, sorry about that, hang on, I'll just pick it up. I can't really say how he detained the motor or how he obtained the motor. Back then in those days, my brother was a bit of a scallywag, always in trouble. And when we bought it off him, my husband went to the registry to register it in our name, and they said that the motor was stolen. Now, this is back in 1980, and you can imagine the time. Oops, the time, 1980, how long ago that was. And so because my husband was new, he had joined the police service at that time, and one of the rules was not colluding with criminals or criminal activity, and he was almost in tears about his job because he just joined the police service, finished his training at the Redfern Academy, and then he went to somewhere in Sydney, I won't say, and he came home, blasted me, then he blasted my brother, and then he dumped the car back at my mother's where my brother lived, and demanded our money back. And that was the start of the relationship with my brothers, plural, and my husband, who was the cop. So that's many, many years ago, but I don't think they've ever forgiven him for being a cop. And it used to be funny because when we visited my mother, we would walk into the kitchen where my two brothers were, and they'd walk out and jump the back fence or hide in the attic or do something to get away from us, because they really had such guilt about what they'd done, and they knew that Greg was a straight shooter. But anyway, that's an interesting story. That compliance plate made me think about that. I had forgotten, but I remember the story now because I was talking to my husband about it. That compliance plate is a funny thing. Anyway, get back to what I was doing. I diverged there, sorry. A little bit of history. Anyway, there's the book. It's so far, it's I think it needs to fully dry. It's still moist, a little bit wet. It's sticky. It's not tacky, but it's moist. I think that sort of cardboard that they use is moisture gets in. It's not protected on that brown side, but inside that white, I think that is got a protective coating on it, but this is like brown paper. It's one of the cheaper ones, I suppose, but it obtains moisture. But I did put the gesso on it, so I'm a bit surprised that it's still a little bit moist. Let me just see. Anyway, that's the start of it. Now, she then put Olsen actually put then some washi tape all around the edges to give it a border. And I think that's a very good idea because it's starting to look very pretty. But what she also did was she found some of her favourite stamps. Maybe I should have kept Marilyn Monroe for this one. She put a few of her favourite ones on the front, and I think that's a good idea. So I'm going to pick out something really nice to put on the front. That's very pretty. That's pretty. Not Cuba, That one's another check. I don't know what that one is. This is Australia. Let me see what it says. It's 45 cents, so it's not too old. On our selection. I don't know what that is. Here's another one. Trinidad and Tobago. That's a pretty one, isn't it? Look, it's got a bird on it. I'll keep that to the side. Not that one. Oh. Patty, I think. Louis Armstrong. Now, isn't he adorable? What a wonderful world. Remember that song he sung to the troops in Vietnam? Oh, it's lovely. Some very talented people around. Right, that's got a bit of an airmail thing on it. Now, I don't know what that is. I better not put something on I'm not sure about. There's our beautiful Queen. USA again, flying machine. Now here's something I know. It's a tropical bird. I wonder if he'd go right on the front. Oh, cricket. But that's Trinidad and Tobago. Now, cricket. If anyone knows me, they know that I'm a cricket tragic. Love, love, love cricket. I'll watch it till the cows come home. Let me just see. I don't want to cover up that one there, so if I put it up top there, yeah, that would look good. Here we go again. Get that paintbrush going. Now I just try to rip off that paper, but I can't. So I'm going to press it down. Now I'm going to put some on the paper itself because it's very, very dry. And I'll put some there. Right, cricket. I wonder who collects stamps these days. Do people still do that? I'm sure there's a lot of cricketers, not cricketers, got cricket on the brain because I'm watching it at the moment, Australia versus South Africa. Now South Africa's won the first 3 tests, we're on the 4th test, and it looks like Australia's pepped up a bit. Now I'm not going to get into arguments with anyone about the South Africans, but they certainly aren't playing in the spirit of the game. They're cutthroat and they're bringing the game in disrepute as far as I'm concerned. Only the captain though, the team's quite good. Now I'm going to steer away from that. No, I think and I love that moose on the back. Look at the moose. Oh. You know, one of the only places in the world that I would travel to would be Alaska. And particularly to see mooses and that. I'm sure there's mooses in America and all that. Other places in the world, but no, not really. But I'd love to go to Alaska and see a moose, whatever they call them over there, elks, whatever they are. But anyway, look at that cricket. But other than that, I have no desires to travel. But that would be one place I'd make an exception for. Alaska. Great outdoors. Right, so there's my Trinidad and Tobago cricket. And now I'm going to let that dry overnight. And I'll see you in the next video. Okay, so bye for now.